Danielle joins us now with a first look at the weather. And indeed, I have noticed in residential neighborhoods, the streets are really slick. You've got to be careful out there. And with colder weather still with us, they might stay that way for a bit.
Correct, Ian. Yeah, with the last couple of systems, it got so warm right after that it all melted away so fast. In this case, though, this is here to stay. The icy sidewalks, the icy roads in some spots really for the rest of this week, because not only will the cold temperatures remain for the rest of this week, we're also looking at a little bit more snowfall possible in our forecast, especially by the time we get into Thursday. We'll talk more about that coming up, but for now, -7 is the base temperature, but with the wind chill feels closer to -8, -9 at the airport. We had some cloud cover that has built in. -10 is what your overnight low looks like. It will feel more like -15 with the wind chill. Wind chill will be with us all day tomorrow as well. -10 is what it will feel like when off to work and school, and -7 in the afternoon. Throughout the day, a mix of sun and cloud is what you can expect. And then, of course, by Thursday, we get into the chance of some more snow. Not like the last round, but some snowfall anyway. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Danielle joins us once again from Trail Appliances, and I think your forecast is going beyond chilly. We can actually use the word cold, right?
Yep, you absolutely can, Ian, and we'll talk more about the forecast in just a moment, but I'm at a special place right now. This is very near and dear to our hearts, the Toy Mountain campaign, which is a big deal at this time of year. And I'm joined by Sandy with Trail Appliances. Sandy, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
So let's talk about this location. Where are we right now? Because this is one of the bigger drop-off locations. Lots of toys already behind us.
Yes, well, this is the actual mountain, so all the toys do eventually come here. And so we're at the Deerfoot Meadows location, 6880 11th Street Southeast.
All right, awesome. And we've already seen people come up, generous, wonderful people that already started to donate, dropping some toys off in the bin. So yes, cash donations also welcome, and it can be as just $25, or some people donate quite a lot more. So you can go online to do that at ctvcalgary.ca, and you can also find all the sponsor location drop-offs that are available as well for toy drop-offs. Okay. Now that we've talked about why we're here and how important this is, and thank you to our community for being such a big part of this, because it's gone so well last year and hopefully even better this year. Now we've got to talk about the weather. The weather, how do I start this? I know you're looking for a warm-up, because with the last couple of systems, it warmed up after and then things melted away. That is not the case this time. So first, let's talk about how much snow we got. This was our first really significant snowfall in the city, 10 to 18 centimeters, depending on where you were in Calgary. Cochrane got about 15 centimeters, Lethbridge closer to 7, almost 10 in Drumheller, and in the teens, so 13 for Medicine Hat. So a lot of snowfall, but we're holding on to the cold temperatures. So that means the roads will stay slick in some spots, the sidewalks will stay slick in some spots, because it will not be melting away in many cases. In fact, we're looking at a next round of snow for many communities coming up on Thursday. All right, it feels more like -8 in Claresholm with the wind chill. -17 is what it feels like in Lethbridge and Drumheller, -13 in Medicine Hat, and -8 in Pincher Creek. Calgary at this point feeling closer to -11. Radar and satellite showing not so much right now, because we're looking at another fairly quiet day for tomorrow. It's Thursday, though, especially late Thursday, that we'll notice a big difference. So I do want to show you the future cast here to give you an idea. Tomorrow, keep in mind, you're just dealing with some sunshine. The winds will be a little breezier tomorrow compared to today, as this system starts to make its way towards us from the southwest. It will push into the south first, so Pincher Creek, Crow's Nest Pass over to Lethbridge. You'll see this first closer to the supper hours, and then the snowfall will make its way towards Calgary up Highway 2. Likely not making its way into Calgary until the evening hours. Arrival time is closer to about 8 p.m. for Calgary. Should just be a few flurries to kick it off, and then it may get a little more intense in those overnight hours, which is why we could pick up another couple centimeters of snow from this. So -3 is the daytime high expected for tomorrow. You will get some cloudy periods, but also some sunny breaks at times. In the afternoon, -7 is what it will feel like still with that wind chill. And then Thursday, the clouds will increase throughout the day. The winds will pick up a little bit, and then by the time we get closer to about 7 p.m., that's when we start to get into the risk of some flurries building into the city. -6 is our daytime high by then, and by Friday, -8. So it will get colder each day as we go. Ian?
Danielle, we have to hang in there for the rest of the week with colder conditions, but by the end of the weekend, it's warming up?
No, not so much. I wish I could say yes for you, Ian, but no. It's chilly. Next week will be warmer, but we're going to have to deal with the cold for the rest of this week, really. All right, right now it feels like -11 with the wind chill. The base temperature is -7. Our high today was -4. And as you can see, it's getting cooler and cooler, but chance of snow 2 to 4 centimeters possible late Thursday, Ian.
Well, our Danielle is on location tonight at Trail Appliances. Let's get our first peek at the forecast, Danielle.
Yeah, and before the forecast, I'm not sure if you can see the toys starting to build up behind me. This is where all the toys are collected. I'm at Trail Appliances, Deerfoot Meadows. All right, so we'll talk more about this and what this all goes to in just a little bit. But yes, the weather, hey, the cold is here to stick around all week. You'll notice a difference on Sunday as we get to that freezing mark, but until then, we are socked in with the cold, and there's some more snow on the way in the longer-term forecast as well. At this point, we're sitting at -8. With the wind chill, feels like -11. The winds have been relatively calm today, but they'll get a little breezier for tomorrow. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud. In the morning, when off to work and school with the wind chill, will feel more like -10. And in the afternoon, still feeling like -7 with that wind chill. There is some snow on the way for late Thursday, so we'll talk more about that coming up. Tara?
Danielle is out at Trail Appliances tonight, getting an update on our growing toy mountain. Danielle, how's it going?
Yes, you know it is going pretty good, and I'll give you numbers in just a moment. This is just getting started. This Toy Mountain campaign, near and dear to our hearts, because this actually goes to help Fear Is Not Love, a very important program company in our community. And I actually have Kim Roos here with me, CEO of Fear Is Not Love. Kim, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so can you explain to everyone a little bit about what Fear Is Not Love does for our community and in our community?
Yeah, Fear Is Not Love is actually an organization that is based in Calgary that prevents and intervenes with domestic violence and abuse. So we operate the Calgary Women's Mercy Shelter, as well as outreach, counseling, and work in schools for youth that are at that place where they're trying to decide what is healthy in a relationship and what is not. And so we provide all sorts of services in that range.
Amazing. And shelters. All right, so these donations, they go year-round for you.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So certainly when children come into the shelter with their mom, they often come with nothing, and so the toys actually help us all year round in shelter with kids that are coming in to see us there, as well as we do a lot of work in the community. So we do community giveaways, and we support families through the year that might not have access to toys and those things and essentials for their family.
Fantastic. Okay, so there's a lot of ways that people can donate, and a little can go a long way.
Yeah.
We've been here at Trail Appliances, Deerfoot Meadows, and there have been people dropping off toys over these last few hours, so that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's adding to this.
Yes.
But there's many drop-off locations, and I'll actually talk about where you can go for that. But online, you can also donate cash, and that helps as well.
Yeah, and we know that times are tough right now for people, and so we're grateful for anything that they can give. Even $20, $25 helps us provide the support we need through programming and through the toys themselves for children that in need.
Absolutely fantastic. Okay, numbers. We're at 779 toys so far, and when you combine that with also the cash value of the cash donations, we're at a total of $41,000, or just over that. So, you know, we're on our way to doing a lot, and thank you so much to our community for being a part of this every year and helping. All right, you can go to ctvcalgary.ca. You can make a cash donation there, and you can also see all the multiple drop-off locations that are in and around the city. All right, let's talk about the weather forecast, because I hope you're getting used to the cold, because it's here to stay for quite a while. In fact, right through parts of the weekend even. Just to recap what happened Sunday and Monday, we got 10 to 18 centimeters in and around the city of Calgary. Cochrane got about 15 centimeters, Lethbridge 7, Drumheller 9, Medicine Hat 13, and areas to the west of Calgary, Banff, for example, got anywhere from 7 to 10 centimeters. centimeters. All right, wind chill is certainly an issue, and it will continue to be all week. -14 is what it feels like in Lethbridge, -13 in Medicine Hat, -8 in Calgary. When you're looking at the radar, you can see what's starting to track into Washington State. That's on our way towards us for later on Thursday. So longer range forecasts, you can see this action furnace 5-day forecast. -3 is our high for tomorrow, but even in the afternoon, it will feel more like -7 with the wind chill. We have the chance of 2 to 4 centimeters late Thursday into early Friday morning, and temperatures will continue to get colder and colder. By Friday, -8 is our high. We will warm up to the freezing mark by Sunday. All right, well, we've had a good amount of snowfall in the city. The cold is here to stay. It's wintry. It's festive, right? Yes, let's talk about temperatures and how high we got today, because, of course, we are below normal for this time of year. Zeros was normal. We got to -4 as our high, and, of course, that came with wind chills. So for much of the day, it felt like the minus double digits. All right, right now, it feels like -10 in Claresholm, -8 in Calgary, -14 in Lethbridge, and -14 in Drumheller as well. The system that we'll be tracking in from, well, mainly from the States, will bring some heavier snow to the far southwest corner on Thursday, especially late Thursday. Lethbridge over to Pincher Creek. There's a possibility of up to 15 centimeters there. And for us in Calgary by late Thursday, a couple centimeters, certainly likely. 2 to 4 is in the forecast. All right, your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by Action Furnace. Fix right or it's free. And for tomorrow, wind chill, of course, will still be an issue. When off to work and school in the morning, it will feel more like -10, and in the afternoon, feeling closer to -7 with the wind chill. Let's take a little quick look around to see temperatures. Again, these are just base temperatures, but it will be above freezing on the BC side. 5 degrees, Salmon Arm, Kelowna, and Kamloops for tomorrow. And Edmonton looking at -6. Red Deer, same idea. Good amount of cloud cover, but there will be some sunny breaks in central Alberta. And we'll see more sunny breaks to the south, but also some cloudy periods at times. -6 will be the high in Olds, -7 in Drumheller, and in Lethbridge should get to the freezing mark for tomorrow. Medicine Hat looking at -3 in all communities in southern Alberta. Likely some fog patches for the morning hours. Tara?
Good stuff. Thank you, Glenn. Let's go back out to Danielle one last time at Trail Appliances for our final peek at the weather.
Yep, and before I go roll around in the toys, I'm going to give you your last forecast here for the day. Okay, I think the key thing to know for the rest of this week is that it's going to continually get a little colder each day. So tomorrow's daytime high -3 with the wind chill feeling more like -7 in the afternoon, and in the morning like -10 when off to work and school. And then we get to a daytime high of -6 for Thursday, -8 for Friday. Thursday, late Thursday, we have a decent chance of getting 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. Okay, weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. This one is from Monica Schultz, taken in Edworthy Park, of the beautiful snowfall that we had. It looks beautiful, tricky to drive in, but certainly looks nice.
It doesn't look as cold as it probably was out there when that
Right.
photo was taken. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.